Good morning, everyone. Okay, so I want you guys to close your eyes and imagine you're on stage and it's opening night and the spotlight is on you and you forget your lines. And now you're just standing there, everyone's looking at you and it's awkward silence. Okay, you guys can open your eyes now. Okay, so a lot of people say that that is like stage fright, but that's also due to like a lack of preparation. So putting on a production, whether it be school or Broadway, requires a lot of practice and dedication. And in my speech, I'm going to show you the main components on how to make a successful production. Am I dumb or like?
It's not working. No, you don't press, well.
What did I press?
The big button. You're gonna have to go to the, it's not working.
So step one is you're going to need to choose your script. So first step is knowing what your show is going to be about. So in their January 2016 article in Lionheart Theater Company titled Theater Production from the Script to the Stage, Lionheart Theater wrote that scripts should be chosen not just for their artistic quality but also based on how realistically the production can be assembled given your specific limitations. So like a small theater isn't going to want to put on Phantom of the Opera because they're not going to have as much easily accessible things like if they were to put on a show like Oklahoma, which is a lot easier. So now that you have your script and that you have cast your show, now you need to cast your show. So the next step is casting and auditions. So a lot of people on Broadway already have agents and they'll find these castings for you, but if you don't have an agent yourself, you can find casting calls on websites such as Backstage or Playbill. And castings are done by the director and producer and other people in command such as the choreographer and musical director. And when casting, they typically look for like if you share the same traits as the character you're auditioning for, or mainly physical features, attitude, your voice range, and dance ability. So when I was in high school, we did Addams Family, and it was me and my friend. She's like 5'1", and we were both auditioning for Morticia. But Morticia is taller, so that kind of gave me the advantage that I was gonna be, and I got Morticia. But like that kind of gives you the advantage when you have that more of like you match the character that you're auditioning for. So now that with having your script and your cast, it's now time to start rehearsals. So there's a lot of steps to the rehearsal process. So the first things first, you're going to start with the table read. This is just you reading the whole script through as your character. And with this, the directors can decide whether they want to cut or they want to modify lines. And then the next step is blocking. Blocking is just you're going to get on stage and they're going to go through, you're going to stand here and then you're going to read this line and then next you're going to move here. That just helps the show flow a lot easier. And then once blocking is done, that's when you're going to start with your dancing and your singing. And with bigger shows, there are like special rehearsals. So leads are going to have a lot more rehearsals than people in the ensemble. So like me and Gomez had our own rehearsals, and then Wednesday and Lucas had their own rehearsals, and Pugsley had his own rehearsal, and then you put those together, and then that makes it easier for everyone just to come together and put the whole number like as a whole. And then dress rehearsals are the final step of rehearsals. These are when you just run the show through to make sure everything goes smoothly. So you're usually going to run the show about 2 to 3 times at a dress rehearsal. And rehearsals do pan over a long time, and they are a lot of long rehearsals. Here's an example of this isn't a Broadway one, this is like a regular rehearsal schedule. But a lot of them are long, like see like this is a 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and that's just like tech day for like going through tech rehearsals. And then you have a 1:30 to 9:30, which is with the orchestra, and then like 7 to 10 is when you're gonna have your dress rehearsals. And in his December 2007 article in Playbill titled Rehearsal Schedule, Zachary Pincus Roth wrote that a typical Broadway show rehearses 6 days a week, 8 hours a day, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The actors work 7 of those hours, when the rest is a break. So mainly they get like an hour break out of the 8-hour rehearsal day. And then, go back to my, thing, I don't know, okay, wait. Okay, and so then, now that everything's in order with rehearsals and if the show's going smoothly, you're gonna wanna advertise. So if you don't have any advertisement, no one's gonna know that you have a show going, so no one's gonna come and you're not gonna make any money and all your hard work is just gonna go down the drain. So with Broadway, they're pretty big on advertising. In her 2016 thesis titled, Jazz Hands in the 21st Century, How Broadway Marketing Navigates Social Media, Natalie Alt quoted Clay by saying, Broadway shows have continued to depend on traditional media for promotion, including billboards, radio and TV ads, reviews in New York Times, and the ever-popular marquee. So a lot of times they'll even go on like big news programs like Good Morning America or the Today Show. And I just have an example on here of when Dear Evan Hansen was on the Today Show. I'm not gonna play it, but that's just an example of how they were on the Today Show. And so in conclusion, a lot of practice and dedication has to go into a Broadway show and even just a regular show. So when all aspects of it come together, it creates a really good show and you're able to just sit back and enjoy the show. So next time you go to either a production of a local play, musical, or even on Broadway, just remember how much work and dedication each and every one of them has put in. Thank you.